It's Christmas, and this means only one thing. We are counting down to the big day. December is underway, and we are approaching Christmas. People are opening their advent calendars, which means only one thing. We are going to be doing a new series, 12 Days of Crypto, where each day I'm going to break down the technical analysis for a different altcoin each day. If you have any altcoins you wish for me to cover, let me know in the comments. Today's altcoin is a favorite of ours. It is ASTER, the token of the decentralized exchange, popular with ex-Binance founder CZ. We're going to be having a look at the token, which had an explosive launch, has had a nice little retracement, and we'll be breaking down where we think the price could potentially go and how to potentially trade it and what opportunities it gives, and understand the levels in which it's currently trading. So if that sounds good, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow our X account and retweet this video. With that said, let's dive in. This content is strictly for informational purposes only. Nothing here is financial advice. So if we go across to CoinMarketCap to have a closer look, we can see it currently has a market cap of $2.06 billion with a fully diluted valuation of $7.44 billion. With nearly 200,000 holders, we can see the total supply is 8 billion ASTER. Volume come down a little bit, but we still have some fairly healthy volume, $201 million of volume. It's had a nice healthy retracement, certainly over the last week. Over the last month, we see that too. So let's dive into TradingView and have a look at potential opportunities you may have to trade this. So here we have the chart for ASTER. As we can see up here, ASTER USDT perpetual contract. We're trading the Weex pairing because currently if you sign up using the link below, you get 50% bonus on your deposit. Weex is a fantastic place to trade, and it's where I do a lot of mine. So check out Weex in the link below. So looking at the chart for ASTER, so what can we see? What strikes first is we can see when it launched on the 23rd of September, we had this really strong launch, a very strong candle before having this second candle on the next day where we achieved our all-time high so far of $2.42. Since then we can see some nice retracement. We had this nice retracement, grabbed a bit more liquidity here before pushing up, failed to make a new high, and after that we came down, tested some more of these lows. As you can see, this was the wick on this candle was very long, but as we can see, it held up quite nicely. We had this nice period of consolidation following this upward expansion, some nice distribution as we came down. This area I think is really interesting. We see a lot of tightening up around here before a little push to the upside. Cleared out a really nice liquidity pocket that was here, and as we can see, it's had a further retracement. But this, what do we see? So we got some really key levels. So we've got this key monthly level here where it's largely respected. We've got this daily support level that has been tested several times. We got tested here and it held, it tested here and held, tested here, tested, and we're currently sitting just above there. But as you can see, marked out in this grey box is quite a strong area of liquidity. As we see, every wick into here is absorbed, and we see a reaction out of here coming all the way down, and a nice little reaction here. So trading below $1, we can see that there are some really key areas I think that catch my eye on this. So first things first, marked out in this purple line is the point of control of the whole structure. So this is where the most volume was on the chart. For me, I'd want to be seeing a retest of this point of control. If we break that and hold it, that would then, for me, open up some potential upside opportunities. Currently testing this level of daily support. The interesting thing about this chart is because you had such a strong launch candle here, you do have quite a large void all the way down to 0. But as you can see, we've held this box every time we've tested it. So the bottom wick that you have on this is 0.82. So that's quite a key number, I think, for me. That's where, if I was looking to take a position here, I would look to be invalid. I think below there is where you go really into the unknown on this token. You've got this liquidity zone that presents an interesting risk and reward scenario. If we zoom in to the candles, so on the daily, we can see that we are still in this downtrend on the daily. If you were to grab a trend line, I don't particularly trade trend lines, but you could essentially put a trend line up on there. You could say a break and retest on the overside of this trend line could be the confirmation for your trigger, should you wish to trade a trendline strategy. I don't particularly trade them myself, but I know people who do and do to great success. I tend to trade more using a level system and look for areas of liquidity. So as we can see here, this liquidity area is where my focus mainly is on this token. So if we go down onto some of the lower time frames, so potentially the 4 hour, what can we see? So again, still have this downtrend, but we are beginning to show some nice consolidation here. If we come down and retest this daily support, look at where the wicks potentially go, we may then see a reaction, and that reaction out of here could be a break of the overall trend, and we could see a change in the structure of this. And so if we were to see a change in the structure of this and we come down and we grab some of the liquidity from around this daily support and push up, the areas of my immediate focus that I would have would be the areas that I would be looking at first are a regain of this monthly level. For me, that would be bullish. That would also signify a break of structure, particularly on the 4 hour, because we will have broken above this structure. If we break that and hold that monthly level, I'd then be looking for reaction points around 101 and 104. They're high volume points in this particular structure here. I think once they get cleared, the next thing in my sights would be a break and retest and successful hold of this point of control. If we were to break and hold this point of control and push above this weekly, I would then have some targets up on this area of liquidity up here at $1.27 to $1.35. This may be an interesting area to look to take some profits as this will likely be an area where there are some sell orders attached. Beyond that, break and hold above that level, and I think that then opens up some really nice upside targets. The first being this $1.51 level to this $1.62. Again, a nice little liquidity patch. Again, and break and hold of this would be very bullish for me. And then you'd be looking for $1.85 would be my next target. And then above there, you're then looking at the highs. So you then have $2.43 in your sights. However, I'd focus very much firstly on where we currently sit with this chart here, because I think there's enough opportunity and enough meat on the bone around here, because ultimately up to this box here, you're looking at a 40% move, which would be a very bullish move. And then you've got your upside targets above there. But as you can see with the size of the 4 hour candles, this offers some great opportunities for those more short-term tactical level-to-level plays. So again, structure is bearish until we break and hold. However, we do feel like we're approaching an area where we may see a change in the overall trend of this. This liquidity zone is an interesting area for me. It's where my eyes and my alerts will be. And I think holding this daily support, grabbing some liquidity from here can then get me a little bit excited. But I think first sight that we have is this break and hold of the point of control. And then you have these upside targets of $1. So that was a very, very quick overview of potential ASTER. This is broken down in further detail by our expert in-house trader BlockPro inside the Discord, which you can join using the link below. I'll be back tomorrow for the next installment of 12 Days of Crypto. With that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.